Alright, hi guys, it's Scott here, back with my third video now on the Gamingverse, and today we're going to be doing a beginner build. This is going to be a build on one of the most popular drift cars in the game and in real life, the Nissan 240 SX. So this is going to be the American variant of the car. If you remember last video, if you watched it, I talked about the differences between the 180, the 200 and the 240. So we're in the upgrade shop just now, and I'm going to show you what I did to build this car. Now I have swapped the engine. I think it's the SR20, but I thought it was the SR20, but I think it might be a boxer engine from a Subaru, just because of the way it sounds. And I've bolted on a turbo. What now? I only changed the rims, which you'll see later. I didn't do the gearbox because I find the gears in this car to be set up. Oh no, I did do the gearbox. Just forget what I said there. Two-way diff, because lock diff, you know what I'm on about. Brakes. Now that's what it looks like slammed. Pretty nice, but I use the rally suspension. If you don't know why, it's to get more steering lock. It's like a little glitch that you can do. Sport roll cage, because I don't like not being able to see out of the interior, and it's a beginner build. I'm trying to do this semi-realistic, so you'll see that I've got what 308 brake horsepower to start out with. It ends up being about 340, so it's kind of like a beginner kind of advanced build. In real life this would be considered very beginner in Forza though. I'm gonna upgrade the tire size. Jeez, can't talk. Size, because I don't think it would have enough grip, sufficient grip. Anyway, my video just glitched out a little bit there. Yeah, and I went for these rims, these Wedge Sport SA97Fs. They're quite discreet, I suppose. Discreet might be a good word. They're aftermarket rims, and it's quite obvious to see that, but they're not too crazy. And I'm just going to show you it with it being lowered. It's pretty nice. So we are at the section just now, and I'm in drone cam. It's one in Surfer's Paradise. I'll just show you, yeah, the realism of Forza. There you can go straight through a car. I'm just going to show you the section. So you come up here, and you just kind of flick around about here. The car will probably kind of dive, because it's lower horsepower, into the inside line rather than the outside line quite a lot, just because of its kind of horsepower range. And if you rotate a little bit too much, obviously it's going to scrub some speed off, so you might have some troubles getting up the hill. In this particular car, I don't think you will have too much trouble getting up the hill, considering you've got 340 horsepower still, so it's decent enough for what you're trying to achieve. This section isn't the most beginner friendly, I'll be honest with you. I'm just going to turbo back down here. Just like I said in the last video, I love the turbo mode, okay? It's so useful for these videos, because, yeah. The problem is I look like a twat because I keep going off the track with it. But we're going to return back to the car now, and we're going to go. You can kind of hear the Honda / Boxer engine-esque of the car. This car, in the lower ranges, suffers from what's called turbo lag, which is when the turbo doesn't have very much pressure inside it to spool and makes the car go faster. There's a very detailed explanation for this, but I'm gonna cut to the chase and give you a crappy little definition there. So I think because this is a beginner build, I've decided that I've got drift like a beginner and just drift like an utter twat. And yes, I do like using the word twat. That'll probably get mentioned in the comments. Let's see what happens here. So if you don't know, actually, I pre-record my gameplay and then voice over the top of it. That is a pretty good bit to point out just back there. If your tires hit the dirt, the rear ones, you are very, very likely to spin out. Please bear in mind, this is like my 4th time actually drifting in this game, and I haven't got very used to it, especially since I've got 900 degrees of wheel rotation on my wheel. It is pretty tricky. Forza hasn't exactly, like Turn 10, the developers, they haven't really, sorry, Playground Games as well, forgot to mention that, they haven't really dialed in wheel physics yet. Lots of YouTubers will use a bit less. Some go to the extremity of 270 degrees, which, you know, I paid £250 for my wheel. Not sure what that is in dollars or euros, but it's a considerable amount. So for me not to be using the full degree of the wheel, I have used 810. I'm okay with using 810. It's not the full degree, but it's not as extreme as only using 270 degrees of the wheel. This corner here, I'm going to point out, I don't even know if I want to upload this video now. The drifting, as far as I remember, gets better at the end. Well, at least I hope it does. Of me drifting.
You have arrived at your destination.
What else am I going to talk about in this video? Okay, Mafia 3. I don't know if I've said yet that I will do a playthrough. And now I'm kinda not sure if I want to do Mafia 3 playthrough. And it's really because I'm not lazy or anything. Not to put it that way, I'm not lazy or anything. But it will take quite a lot of work, and I find the Elgato such a pain to use. So I'm going to decide whether I want to do a Mafia playthrough or not. Maybe you can tell me in the comments, that would be quite nice. If you want me to do a Mafia 3 playthrough, then throw it down in the comments. And if I get 3 comments, not from Faris and Callum, you people are exempt, saying that you want to see me do a Mafia 3. That was pretty Ryan Tuerck-esque. Dude, I just Tuercked my car. Don't know who Ryan Tuerck is, YouTube him. He's one of the great drifters out there who still does it for the right reasons. Formula Drift, the drifting series in the USA, is just so corrupt right now with the judging and stuff. Okay, so you may be wondering, need a cough there, sorry, how we just magically changed clips and now it's rainy and interior review and stuff. Yeah, I think I like the sound of my own voice too much, and by the power of editing, I have another clip to talk over now. So earlier we were talking about Ryan Tuerck and how he's a FD drifter, that's Formula Drift, who's in it for the right reasons. I'm going to explain that a bit more. Formula Drift is the drifting series of the USA. It's all points based. Imagine it like Formula 1, they just don't get as much coverage and they don't get paid as much. But they still perform the same sort of action. They're car racing, to speak, without going into too much detail. So, the problem with Formula Drift is the judges. No one has said that there's like people being paid behind the scenes, but how do I say? There must be, or judges have favourites, or I don't know. Because some of the judging in it's ridiculous. So I think I'm gonna make a video. I mean, I know I'm only 14, but I think I'm gonna make a video on car culture, the good points, the bad points, because car culture is a very good thing to get into. It's saved people. I know that sounds crazy, but it's saved people from how do I put it? From doing things like going to jail. Like, if you watch these videos of professional drifters, they're like, you know, I used to be a drug addict, etc, etc, but because drifting is taking all of my money, I didn't have enough money to buy drugs. Not a very good example there, but yeah, you can say what you want about it. So yeah, there's also, I mean, there's the bad points and the good points of car culture. That's really what it is. I'll explain more in the video that I'm going to make on it, and what a nice way to end the video. So if you liked that, thanks for watching, and like if you enjoyed.